Hey, and welcome back to my channel. As per usual, I'm not very good at intros, so let's just hop right into it. So for this one, I used a 3-inch blank. You're going to need glitter of your choice. It'll be the negative space for the large letter in the background. Vinyl, stencil vinyl should you choose to use it. Alcohol ink, alcohol, white spray paint, and of course keychain hardware. For this one, I actually have a whole bunch of blanks that my daughter and I pre-did one side for a project of the glitter, and I don't want to waste them and I don't want to rip the glitter off, so I'm going to use one of those ones. I did a long video on different ways to glitter blanks. I'm going to try to link them, do my best. I'm going to do my best YouTube research, and I'm going to find a way to link it up above. Please watch it. It's going to give you some different ideas of how you can glitter the backs of these. For this one, I used the tack it technique and holographic glitter. So to protect the back and what I've already done, I'm just doing a coat of latex. Make sure if you have a latex allergy, I know some people use white glue. I have leftover latex from a Halloween thing, so I always just use the latex. Don't be lazy and skip this step, especially if you're not using UV resin and you're using actual two-part epoxy. That stuff comes down, it drips, it ruins things. I've done it over and over again. I'm going to be spray painting this, so I do want to make sure that that side is protected. So that latex is dry. You can tell it's a little bit sticky. And we're going to be working on the other side. So I'm just going to remove the protective coating on this one. It's always easy when it's not that brown paper, and you can see that beautiful holographic look. Again, check out that video. And this is the letter B cut out in Cricut stencil vinyl. You don't have to use stencil vinyl. I have a bunch of it around, so it's easy to use. I can't remember why I'm struggling here. So this is going to be used as negative space. I want to be able to see the glitter from behind it, so I actually want the B. And I'm just going to use some transfer tape and add that B where I want it. This became tricky because it almost was the same color as what I was doing, so I could barely see what I was doing. And when I'm recording, it's actually quite far away from me. I can't kind of hover over top of it and really see what I'm doing, so it takes me a minute sometimes to place vinyl down when I'm recording. And of course, when you're happy, just remove that transfer tape. Then I'm going to just jump off camera and I'm going to give that a coat of white spray paint. Nothing fancy, just whatever spray paint. I think it was raining this day too, it made it a little bit more difficult. And let the spray paint dry for an hour or two if you're... Okay, I'm back. My spray paint is dry. This side, of course, has the latex on it. I'm just going to leave it on. There's no reason to take it off yet. I apologize here for some funky editing. This is actually take 2 of this. I tried a new type of alcohol ink, and it actually stripped the paint right off of my blank. It was grand. So I had to remove it all, remove as much of the spray paint as possible, and then I repainted it. So this is actually take 2. And I'm back with my normal Ranger alcohol inks. And I always put them in a tray. And that way, if they dry, you can just keep adding alcohol. I always, you can always just add alcohol to the tray and just, if you want to light color and reactivate them, I like my little tray. It's a bit of a mess, but it works. So I just added a little bit of my alcohol and my alcohol inks to the tray, and I'm just dabbing it on with a paintbrush. Alcohol inks are a lot of fun. They do take a little bit of practice to kind of see how they work and run and blend. Something that really works well with alcohol inks is to practice on just tiles. White Home Depot tiles. I practiced for hours. My daughter practiced for hours. We had a lot of fun with them. If you don't like what you do, you can just erase it all with some alcohol, start again. It's a cheap way to practice and even test colors, because sometimes with alcohol inks, even if you think, just because that green and that pink mixed okay doesn't mean that this pink and that green is going to mix okay. Some of them just go super, super muddy together. So even if you just want to practice color combinations, practicing on tiles is definitely the way to go. So I'm just going in with my different colors here. I'm blending them together. I'm using alcohol just to kind of, keep working to get the look that I want. I really like I don't even know how to describe that look. The kind of messy overlapping look of alcohol inks. I love the bright colors they give. The key to alcohol inks, of course, is, they can't go in the sun, right? Which is unfortunate, so you can't use them to make wind chimes or anything fun. But I love making keychains out of them. They're a lot of fun to play with. Through the magic of video, I'm just going to speed this up. So you can just keep adding color, adding alcohol until you're happy with how it looks and how it's blended. Then let it dry for a while, I let it dry for an hour or so, just to be so certain. It really actually doesn't seem to take very long, but that color actually exploded on my hand. You're going to see my green hand. Apparently I'm not going to let it dry today. I've already got lovely green fingers from that bottle of alcohol. Just kind of went kablooey when I opened it. So I'm just going to peel off my stencil vinyl, and you can see that kind of negative look. You can see that glitter right through the bottom. It actually looks really amazing in person. I sometimes wish the camera could pick up how awesome it looks. This is where you want to be sure that your alcohol inks are dry, because if you try to put this on and your alcohol inks aren't dry, you will lift them back up with the transfer tape. So just adding the name portion on, and we're almost done. It really isn't, it's not difficult. It comes out super well. Just play with those alcohol inks, get comfortable with them, and adding a layer of UV resin. Take your time with this. Don't forget UV resin shrinks. So make sure you get a nice dome over the whole thing, and all your edges are completely covered. I always, get down to the actual level of my table. I take a look. I make sure that everything is covered. I hit it with my torch to make sure all the bubbles are popped. And that's it. That's a good angle. You can see kind of that, how the beak cuts out. It really is, it looks amazing. I really am happy with this one. Super easy, really doesn't take that long. Take a look at, covering the backs. You can just add some glitter, add some UV resin to the back to get that other side done. At some point I did remove the latex as well. It literally just peels off. It's actually kind of satisfying. I usually film it. Just adding that keychain hardware, and that's it, and it's good to go. And that's everything. If you like this video, please subscribe. If you have any questions, please comment down below. I do my best to try to get back to everybody. If the video is not too old, sometimes I get comments on videos that are 2 or 3 years old and I can't remember, but at least for the next little while, comment down below and I'll do my best to get back to you.